Pablo Picasso famously said that good artists borrow, but great artists steal. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of those moments where art was stolen in the process of making comics. Let's talk about it. Now, stolen might be a bit of a harsh word, but in comics, there are a lot of instances where artists do what's called a swipe. They take inspiration from an existing cover or panel, and they turn that into something else, or they even mimic it oddly closely. One of my favorite groups on Facebook is called Comic Swipes. This is a page that is completely dedicated to nerds like me who find instances of artists borrowing or stealing from other artists to create their work. As an active member of that group, I find myself posting different discoveries of my own every once in a while. And now in this video, I'm going to show you my favorite 8 that I've shared. First up, we've got this incredibly classic Batman 10 cover. This one is from May of 1942. This cover has been swiped all kinds of times, but the one that I found first was this instance of Donatello Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, which was published in August of 1986. When I posted this in the group, somebody commented and shared this one, Simpsons Comics #13, which is also using that same approach. Next up, we've got stuff from the Golden Age, Movie Comics #1 from 1946, featuring a woman being pushed off of a roller coaster. And then, years later, in 1954, Shock Suspense Stories #13 from EC Comics, featuring a very similar image. Now, when I posted this one in the group, I actually got a lot of responses of different examples. 3 of those are Baby Huey and Papa #32, Betty's Diary #33, and Spidey's Super Stories #38. Now, these aren't as violent, but they are pretty classic roller coaster covers that definitely remind you of those originals. Next up, we got a real creepy graveyard theme here with Tales from the Crypt #20 from October of 1950. This person is seeing their name engraved on a tombstone. Now, as unique as that might seem, just 2 years later, The Hand of Fate #9 in February of 1952 does almost the exact same thing. And as a commenter in the group posted, Doctor Strange #176 also played with this idea. Next, we're going with the bullet in head motif, and the most classic cover in that genre is Horrific #3 from January 1953. But what a lot of people don't know is that same artist, Don Heck, just 1 year prior, published War Fury #1. At first glance, maybe you don't see the similarity here, but if you flip it upside down and you zoom in, you realize that he used the exact same head from War Fury #1 for the image that's created in Horrific #3. Now, when I shared this, I got a lot of other interesting examples. In the comics world, we have Hardboiled #3, which has got to be one of the most intense bullet in head covers. But then from movies, we've got The Ballad of Buster Scruggs that somebody posted, and someone else shared this classic image from Terminator. With Daredevil 34 from 1946, we see a sinister movie camera on set. And just a few years before, Young Allies #5 used a similar approach from 1942. Both Vault of Horror 22 from December 1951 and this panel from Captain America 112 from April 1969 feature a frozen Frankenstein. One of my favorite things to collect that's a little bit oddball are barbecue covers, especially barbecue covers from the Silver Age of DC. 2 of my favorites are Adventure Comics #297, as well as Action Comics 232 from 1957. But there's even more examples of this. Now, when I shared this, somebody shared a pretty interesting panel of Vision using his powers for something quite different. My last swipe example of the video goes with a bit of a crucifixion theme. First with Kazar #4 from 1974, and then with Uncanny X-Men #251 from 1989. Now, when I posted this in the group, I got a ton of examples, like a bunch of Conan the Barbarian, as well as miscellaneous other comics, and somebody even cited the Peter Paul Rubens painting from 1639. So there you have it. Maybe Pablo Picasso was onto something with this whole great artist steal thing, Or maybe people are just a little bit lazy and looking for inspiration. But next time you're flipping through comics, see if you can find any similarities in the books and the images that you love. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.